Alex Becker made a very clear video on how to actually sell your crypto for profit. I think a lot of people are making the mistake of trying to time the market and seeing, okay, this is going to go up even more. And I think this is one of the biggest problems in crypto right now, is people don't really understand how the markets work. So Alex Becker explained it perfectly, and I'm going to be explaining you today how it works. So if you want more content like this, sure, smash that like button. But here he explains this intro. Obviously has his own cheeky intro to attract viewers, but he is right on this time of the market.
On YouTube, no one is going to give you, there's not going to be some clear sell sign. Those are going to be the basic mistakes you're going to make. And what we need to do is we need to find a way to still do well here, even if we can't call the top or we can't see it coming. That's what we have to do. We have to come up with some strategy to do that.
So there's going to be a special strategy he explains. And I think the biggest issue people have is they get rich, they get their first million or they get their first 2 million, and they don't really know the right time to sell. So they keep holding the bag, they keep holding their coins. And this is the story old as the Stone Age. People buy meme coins and then they realize, wait, I need to sell this stuff? Well, I'll wait for the 2 million and soon the bear market comes around, rolls around. People are starting to get a bit bearish. I'll keep holding, surely it will recover, right? And I think Alex Becker makes a very fair point here that crypto really isn't here, for everyone. Like, a lot of people will not make those ultra gains, and that's fine too. That's okay. But the thing people need to realize is crypto is just getting started in a way. It's just beginning, and people are realizing that, okay, maybe it's a learning curve. It's a learning process, making my own coins. So here he said it's very easy to make 100 million. So let's take a look at this.
Easy. So that's a fair example right there. Everybody else that was investing right here, they thought they're investing in the future of financing technology.
So yeah, people already sell at the bottom. That's a very fair point he made. Like, people usually don't predict the markets at the top. Instead, what they do is try to time the market at the bottom itself. And I think that's the big difference here in crypto. Like, I do feel like people need to realize that crypto is not in the technology level yet. It's a promise. It's really a guarantee that crypto is going to be more technologically advanced, and that's what keeps people buying back into this. So that being said, does seem like there's going to be more updates for this, but right now, people are selling for gains and profits, and that's the reality. And it's very easy to 20x, he explains here. So if we take a look at this chart, so sell all your cryptos, this means it's over. You can see here, this is the indicator. I watched the full video, so you don't have to. And what we are seeing right now is crypto going up. Yeah, for sure. But to make those 20x gains, you need to be super early, and a lot of people are not early. A lot of people are actually late to the game. Then they say, okay, maybe I can just squeeze out the last juice, squeeze out the dip, and they don't make it out there. And I think that's one of the biggest problems people realize, like, maybe crypto, maybe it won't perform as well as I thought. So they kind of start to panic a bit and end up selling all their coins at a loss until it recovers again. And I think that's the big difference here, is like, people want to see more of crypto going up in the next few days, but they don't really realize, where is crypto gonna go? How is it gonna perform? That's not their real problem right now. Right now, their problem is, how can they make more money? And they need to take profits. That's the most important factor. So if you can take profits when it's sky high, always realize that it could go down. And he gives a very good explanation for this.
Every person you see that held something to a 50x, there's a graveyard of people who didn't. Like, an absolute.
So here he says it very, very well. Like, people who held to 50x, there's always people who said, oh, I wish I sold early, but they kept growing because, well, they thought, okay, crypto is gonna go down eventually, and I think that's a big problem.
Wasteland. There's one survivor out of 1,000, and everyone's like, oh man, why didn't I buy that coin? It's all easy when you look back at it.
So yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize it's a process, and a lot of people won't end up selling. So either there's two scenarios: take small profits or take long profits. So when it's like peaks, take your profits. when it's like not peaks, don't take your profits. And I feel like this is a fair example, like for a lot of people, that crypto is really here to stay. But the question is, how many people will end up winning this scenario? So I'll keep you guys updated with more on that, on more news. So until next time, take care, everyone. Alex Becker really went hard on this one. And what I'm asking you basically is, I made a full video and I didn't have audio on. So I'm asking you just to smash that like button, because today we're going to be reviewing Alex Becker's micro strategy and what exactly it is. And he says a very fair point here. So most people, they don't understand the market cycles. But what's happening is after Bitcoin, Ethereum goes up, and after Ethereum, all these altcoins goes up. So Alex Becker explains it here very well.
It's at peak. So they move like this. So here's the part of this that is very relevant to us, because we trade smaller coins to get much, much higher returns. Bitcoin's probably going to give like a 4x this run if we get a mega bull run. That's a $200,000 Bitcoin almost. ETH is probably going to give like a 5x, 6x. Top 100 altcoins, probably 10, 15x.
So yeah, 10, 15x for top 100 altcoins is pretty much awesome, and that's exactly what we want to see.
We get into the areas that we're diving into, we're looking at those 15, 20, 30x's. So what you need to understand is that Bitcoin's going to go, then ETH is going to go, then the top 100 coins are going to go, and then the coins we deal in are going to go. And so these all go in waves, and they actually all hit their peaks following each other like this. But as the bull run goes, what happens is before anything crashes, we're getting a bull run right now. I don't think we're about to look at some big crash. But
so yeah, we're definitely not getting any type of crash because the bull run is coming up. But there is something uncertain happening that Alex Becker talks about, and this is why he made a ton of money on these altcoins. He's been in the industry for a long time.
What happens is, so Bitcoin's going to go and then chill out in a bull run, and then ETH is going to go and chill out, and then other coins are going to go and chill out, and then smaller coins are going to go and chill out, and then Bitcoin's going to go up again. And it's going to follow this trend. They follow each other just like this. Why does this happen? There's many reasons we can theorize. My logic is just simply people make profits in Bitcoin, then they move it to ETH, then this. And then also everybody knows about this pattern. So when you start to see Bitcoin move, what you want to do is you get ahead of it like a wide receiver catch.
So yeah, he's basically telling all these holders, if you have Bitcoin, it's actually potentially better to focus differently, you know, to look outside of the box, really. I think that's the big difference right now that we're seeing with crypto. And a lot of people don't realize what exactly is going on. They don't understand the markets. And that's the big difference I'm seeing right now. People should realize that crypto is here to stay for the long run. And I'm very positive. I'm looking very much forward to crypto doing better. And it's going to happen for sure. But you need to take the right action, because when the altcoin market starts, it might already be too late for you. And here he also calls the top tokens, you know, the best tokens so far. And one of them is Illivium Markets, or basically Illivium. And it did see a peak in 2021, and he did call it before. I might be wrong here. But now it's sitting at 105, so $105. It used to start $47, went up to 1,600 or something. Now it's back down, really. So here he says then carry massive risk, so really good or like shrapnel off. So he's saying basically that maybe only one will succeed, maybe Superverse will succeed, maybe CDFI will succeed. And the thing with this is they have a huge difference in everything.
So all these bots bought it at like 30 cents, and then I just got turbo dumped on. So like tens of thousands of dollars just lit on fire, and I'm running around the house distraught. Like, crypto's a scam! Ah! So yeah, you should just avoid all that and listen to me right here. Super was chaos when it released. A lot of people who were new came in here and just got chopped the heck up right here. So when you see a new coin drop, it's really dangerous to buy it right after it drops. That being said, I would really check out Inspect. I've talked about it a little bit on my Twitter. I would check it out. I would look at it. I think this project...
So yeah, he's saying basically this Inspect coins, these are all coins that he says will probably fail, and for a right reason. They just might, you know, do really well when people least expect it. So they might perform pretty much good if people don't realize. And I do think also when Alex Becker calls these coins out, they tend to perform better. So that's also one of the reasons that we should realize is going on, you know. So I'm pretty excited for these coins for sure in the long term. And it's something that people do want to see in the near future. So that's a pretty much awesome thing I'm seeing right now with crypto coins. With that being said, these crypto coins, I don't know where they are going to be in the long term. So that's something we're going to be looking at. But I do hope they perform well, because every time Alex Becker calls, you know, Wagme coins, Wagme games, Nakamoto games, see this. So he called a bunch of these altcoins. And Alex Becker's picks are usually right. Also because his following, like the ones that the first buy these coins after people watch the video, they have a very fair chance of actually making it all back. And that's the big difference I see with Alex Becker, really. That a lot of people don't realize how much potential all these coins have just because Alex Becker talked about them, which is not necessarily a bad thing per se. I think it's actually a pretty good thing. And that being said, I do think crypto is going to be going up in the near future in a good way.
6x, 300% up. There are a lot of people in profit that want to take that profit with your money. So you got to be aware of that too. This isn't like a month ago when we're buying things 10% off their lows. We're playing the game now.
So yeah, they're basically Alex Becker's strategy is buying some of these coins. I remember Star Atlas, yeah. And some of these coins might perform well and some of these coins might not recover. But since Alex made a video on them, they just might do well. So these are the 7 crypto coins. I'm just going to be going through them. So for anyone that didn't watch Alex Becker's video, one of them is Superverse. Miria is also was called Illivium. Then Neo Tokyo, Sidus, CDFI. And there was also Nakamoto gains. He was also talking about this blood loop. So there's tons of coins and there's no wrong picks with Alex Becker's choices. But there's just different growths and different strategies because coins go up at different levels. If you guys want more content, smash that like button. Let's talk about Alex Becker's latest video. It just came out about an hour ago or something. So smash that like button if you haven't already. And today I'm going to be explaining what Alex Becker means in his latest video. A lot of people were confused. And a lot of people were excited when his video came out. And I do think there is a ton of potential for the near future. So I'll keep you guys updated on this one.
Sorry, the title of this video is not clickbait.
He's saying sell all your crypto. This means it's over, a guide to sell at max profit.
The market is going to tank. You're going to need to sell every.
And the reason why I'm afraid is because Alex Becker is usually right. He's usually right on his calls. He says he's been so long in this market, he understands the game. Doesn't mean it's always going to be correct, but it definitely does mean like it's a fair play. It's really a fair play at this point, and that's what people are excited.
Everything. And if you are not able to react fast enough, which I'm going to try and help you do in this video, you are going to lose all your gains. In fact, you could probably go to negatives and lose all your money, especially if you've bought recently. And what I'm going to give you in this video is probably single-handedly the most important thing you need to know how to be able to do in crypto. If you do not.
So here we can see that he's gonna like make his own intro, explain what exactly is going on. So let's take a look at this clip.
How could things possibly go wrong?
Because so if everyone is doing good, we always see this in crypto, is that when people are doing good, people will usually sell, and that's kind of worrying if you ask me. Like, I definitely think there's a chance people sell in a way, and I am kind of worried.
Because they always do in crypto. If you're new to this, you need to understand, like I just said, 85% of people leave with negative or no profits whatsoever. So again, your chances are, I'm going to put in the below 10% because I think a lot of people were lying in that poll. Your chances are below 10%. You're actually going to leave with money here. Because just like in the...
So yeah, he's saying basically that the crypto market bull run rally has just started, but this doesn't mean it's going to be a positive bull run rally. And we could be seeing such a big drop in prices. And that's what I'm worried about. Like that Alex Becker basically said, yeah, just like in the bear market, basically it's going to start the hardest time. When it goes up, it must also go down, right? And that's exactly what we could be seeing in the next following days. And I think a lot of people were very concerned about this. They were very they were not intrigued. They were definitely not intrigued in that sense. And I think a lot of people don't realize that crypto is gonna have a big problem in the next few days, because how can you compete? How can you get more holders? How can you compete with more and more people coming in this crypto space? How can you get people to stay? All of that is just a real concern for a lot of people, and that's what is worrying in that sense. That's what's a real problem, in a way that people might just end up leaving all their crypto behind. And Alex Becker makes a fair point. It can go up, but it can also go very fairly down. And I do think people fail to underestimate that the crypto markets in this time, they aren't really like, people are saying when it's going up, like sometimes it has to hit the top, right? But the issue is nobody can actually predict the top itself.
Going to come back. And so the most important thing in a bull market is you're going to follow the people that are buying and getting gains. They're not going to keep them. The most important thing is the people.
Exactly. Like there's huge gains. Like let's take a look at Bonk, 100% growth. What will he do? Like the gains are absolutely amazing. And I think that's the main issue here, is that it might be over.
Who are selling. The number one skill you can have in crypto is selling. You are not going to make any money if you don't know how to sell. You can do.
So yeah, people have to sell, especially because I do think the crypto bear markets will take a downturn. And you're asking me why? Why won't it go up more? I do think in the long term it will go up, but the way Alex Becker is saying it is that we could be seeing crypto crashing in a sense, because it's unsustainable. For if everyone sells, the prices of course will drop, and that's what the big whales are doing right now. In 2022, they've been waiting since 2022 for the markets to recover, and now that they're back, well, guess what? Like, people are excited.
$1 million gambling, and then doubles down, and he makes $2 million, and he doubles down and makes $4 million, and he doubles down and loses all of it. That's exactly what happens in crypto. The more you're willing to double down, the more FOMO you're going to have.
Exactly. So like people are fearing of missing out. Bitcoin is now 41K, used to be 20K. So it basically doubled down. We're seeing September 2021 levels, just so you know. We're not seeing the same trading volume as September 2021, but we're seeing the same like types of trading levels, which is absolutely exciting in a sense. And people are here possibly to stay. The reason I'm worried though is like, where will crypto go in the following days? Like, it could be that it won't survive. Look at this.
Pumping this. So I dumped it all down because I knew what they're doing. I knew where they were in the market. Easy. So that's a fair example right there. Everybody else that was investing right here, they thought they're investing in the future of financing technology. They're not. So that's a very basic example of knowing what's going on with a coin. So if you have a billion different coins, you're not going to know when to do these things. So what we need to do is we need to know about the coin, what's going on with it, most importantly, because we're not going to wait till that very end of the market. We're going to be selling up and down the entire.
So that's the main concern like people have right now. Maybe crypto is going to be going up and down. Maybe the influencers that are saying that crypto bull run is up, and all these big institutions, maybe they don't have your best interest at hand. Maybe they're going to sell all that crypto that people have been waiting for to pump, like their Solana, mini Doge, awesome Shiba, Bonk, Inu. Like, that's the biggest problem here. Like, people are afraid. People are afraid of the markets going higher, and people are afraid of the markets returning in a sense. Like, this is a both case scenario, really. And there's multiple options here of where it could go, what could happen, how it could end. And I am excited. I'm all up for it. I'm here, but we gotta see what we gotta see. Like, there could be tons of scenarios here.
Living crap out of me. So it went to 39,000 and it dipped all the way to like 29,000. It like went right underneath that. That scared the crap out of me, because if you're new to crypto, you think, holy moly, this is that big crash everybody's thinking about. You always think there's a big crash, and you haven't been here long enough to really recognize which are crashes and which are not. Now the truth is, you're never.
So yeah, we're never gonna really know when the big crash is gonna be happening. We don't even know when Alex Becker is gonna like sell his crypto. He still hasn't sold anything. I do think like so here's he's saying how a guide to sell max
The more
profits.
friction it has pushing it down, and the more momentum it needs to push it up. So for example, if something's at a $5 million market cap, it's quite easy. We only need $100 million to make this thing 20x.
So yeah, that's the big problem here is like the sunk cost fallacy. So which person is going to be the last one to hold the bag? And there's a lot of people that want to hold the bag and they end up losing everything in that sense. Like, and I hope this doesn't happen to any of you guys, but it's happening right now in the crypto markets. Like people are worried in a sense, like where is their crypto investment going to go? So I do think crypto right now is going to be going up in the near future, but nobody knows for sure.
$1 million, it seems that's not that much money in crypto, especially in a bull run. Okay. So 5 million to 100 million.
So that's easy to do, but to make a 2x from 200 million to 400 million, now you have to have more money in the market, more money than before, and you need to have more whales. So it's like, really, when is a whale going to decide to sell everything? Because he's already made 40x, he's already made 60x. So why would he sell at such a high price? You know, it doesn't make sense for them. And Alex Becker makes a very fair point for that fact. Like, there's no reason for people to sell. There's no reason for people to hold their Shiba Inu, Bonk, fast Doge. And I think that's the big example that a lot of people are missing out upon.
That's the risk we're going to take right there. Now, once we get past 64K or we go above that, this is when we really need to be taking selling seriously. Like it's time to stop twirling around our dicks and shoot.
So 54K, did he say 54K?
Selling seriously. Like, do we know if this is a confirmed bull market? No, but this is our thesis. We have to stick to it.
So yeah, we have basically a thesis that the bull market is here and it's all going to do well.
The bet we're making. Okay? So our thesis that we're going into a bull market. So we at least want to...
So here is the top, like 50, 60K is the top, right? And we're at 40K. And you have to ask yourself, to see like these small gains, to see the examples of crypto going up in the near future, there needs to be a lot of scenarios for crypto in the following days to actually see those price levels again. So if you want to see those price levels like this, there's still a lot of actual like potential in a way. There's still some potential to go for 50K, but it's going to be harder and harder to get to 100K. It's so easy for Bitcoin to go from $100 to $10,000. And that's why Alex Becker is so passionate to talk about crypto here, because what he's saying,
we're going to get caught with our pants off right here. Or you might just get a really bad instinct that the market's done, which and cool.
So let's take a look at this. This is a very good chart, actually. I don't know what this token is, and it doesn't really matter. It says ALU. Here you can see the whales buying and making a 20x, 100x, whatever x it is, and then slowly selling. And this token is hard to recover, and of course it can recover during those bear markets because 2021 was rough for everyone. It's still far from its all-time highs, because to get to all-time highs, it's going to be nearly impossible. In that sense, it's going to be nearly impossible for crypto to just go back up and have a good time. It's not that simple. But I am optimistic to see like these price levels, price gains improve in the near future. And it is exciting to see that like some of these cryptos, they could rally back up, like Bonk and a lot of meme coins, because when you buy at a very low price, there's a easy chance for 5x, and that's a real strategy people do. Like they have $2,000, and they, instead of buying Shiba, they buy DGen coins. They buy small DGen coins that don't really do much in that sense. Like, but they still like holding them. They still like keeping them alive. They still like keeping them around because of the chance that it might go up.
But for the most part, a lot of people buying right here knew exactly what they were buying. The people right here just saw this chart right here going up, and they didn't know what was going on. They just saw it skyrocketing and think, oh, people, this is going to the moon.
Exactly. So this is the big problem I'm seeing in the crypto community. People think, okay, it went up, so it must go up even further. So be very careful when you do that, because I do think like people don't realize this mistake. Like, a lot of people have this mistake. Oh, it went up, so it must go up some more, right? No, absolutely not. It can also go way, way down.
That all in all, this video's gone a little bit longer than I want to. Those are my thoughts on selling. That's how I look at the market. That's how I look at when I'm going to sell things.
So he looks at when the top is going to be coming, and that's when he really sells all his crypto. And I think it's a very fair strategy. I do admire Alex Becker because he's very optimistic about his future as well, like on his crypto markets. So there is a ton of potential in that sense that we are going to be seeing more crypto rising up nearly. So just keep that in mind. Like, same thing happened with Bonk, same thing happened with SHIB, same thing happened with Cardano. Some tokens go up, but it doesn't mean they will stay up. And I think this is where people get really upset.